A vise can make working on your gun a lot easier. Here's a couple tips when using a vise to guard your MTW from accidental damage. When working on your upper, use some soft jaws to protect your finish. You can get them on Amazon for as little as $10. Always position the receiver where it has the most support against the clamping force on its side. Clamping the receiver vertically like this can cause it to deform. When working on your lower receiver, we recommend either an M4, 308, or 9mm vise block with a small section cut out to make room for the empty mag detection switch. Stay tuned for a video on how to modify your mag block.
Are you putting lubes on the threads of your tank and regulator when you're putting them together? Let me tell you why that's a good idea. If you don't have the threads lubed, you're going to have metal and metal rubbing against each other. That creates fine particulates and it's not good, and it will destroy the internals on your regulator. We recommend using 3M silicone lube spray or Tech Gun Salve. So that means no WD-40 and no Remington gun oil. It doesn't take a lot, but it'll save you hundreds of dollars.
This $12 reinforced plastic thing can make working on your MTW a lot easier. Here in America, we call this an M4 vise block. When using it with your MTW, it's important that you make a small notch like this and make room for your trigger board. If you want to work with your upper receiver, you'll also need to make a second 1-inch cutaway for the feed tube. For the MTW9 and the MTW308, make sure that you get a 9mm or AR-10 vise block. We also offer 3D print files for the MTW9 vise block in the download section of our website, so you can make your own.
Are you getting dirt in your engine? Let me explain why you need an integrated filtered line. Dirt can get in your engine and cause a whole lot of issues.
I got dirt in my grip line and now my gun is leaking.
To tell if your line is filtered, shine a light into the fitting. You should be able to see the filter. If your airline doesn't have a filter, we recommend going to your local dealer and finding one of our integrated filtered lines. While you're upgrading to your integrated filtered line, this would also be a great time to clean your engine and inspect your O-rings. And now your engine's protected from dirt and debris.
Available now.
Has this ever happened to you?
It was loaded!
Wow, that's bad. Airsoft guns should be treated as always loaded and ready to fire.
Don't shoot yourself at point blank range.
But it's also important to ensure that your airsoft gun is clear of BBs after each use. First, remove your magazine. Then, turn your MTW upside down to funnel any remaining BBs into the barrel and fire several shots. Now you're safe to disconnect the airline and the battery, and you'll know that your MTW is safe from an accidental discharge.
The carbon fiber stock and drop stock combo from the Article 3. We have these available for sale separately on the website right now. The one that comes on the Article 3 is the red one. This one is black, and it is the combo of the CNC drop stock adapter and the carbon fiber skeleton stock there. All CNC and real carbon fiber parts. This is machined aluminum, anodized. These are all machined aluminum parts. If you want to throw it on an existing article or just, any other MTW, or it works on AEGs as well. Really nice build. It gives you something super lightweight, gives you the drop stock, very, very lightweight, compact build there for whatever you feel like doing.
Daniel, what are you doing wearing my headset?
Trying to use my virtual Wolverine gift card.
It's a virtual gift card, not a virtual reality gift card. All you gotta do, hit proceed to check out, and then put in the gift card code right there.
That actually is pretty easy. It'd make a great gift this year for Christmas. Thanks, Sam.
Oh, you're welcome, man. Wait.
Are we ever going to see an MTW AK? I don't care. They won't do an AK if they did. They'll be fucking shell. Just get it over with so we can all be happy. Make it if we get a Nerf blaster before an AK. It will never.
There are over 100,000 HPA M4 replicas in worldwide circulation. That's roughly 1 for every 12 airsofters. And the only question is, how do we arm the other 11?
Head a radio chatter, head a squad on 9. If you making moves on them, gotta stay on the grind. Go, got the aim steady, got the tank on the back. Wiping them all out, staying on the attack. G laying down, couple making it rain. Stick in the middle, yeah, they keep us all in the game. You get tagged, yeah, hit, yeah, now you gone. Damn, rag wait while you walk into the respawn. No ego in the zone, just the code we follow. Fair play the day, we gon' laugh tomorrow. See we stack in the doorway, hand signals tight, flashing the pyro, then we reach to the right, high speed, low drag, running on the terrain. Snipers in the tree, got two all in their aim. Hey yo, HPA humming, steady shots, no delay. LMG full auto, don't get caught in the spray. GBB kick back with the sidearm drawn, and auto bang bang when the mags are gone. Some chase loyal, some chase real. If you wanna win the game, you need plenty of skill. No time to let them up, yo, it's fire at will. Stay true to the culture, yo, keep it real. Something going down in the field tonight. You can hear the corpse crack and see the flares ignite. It's in the war, it's a game that we play for real. Beats nine through the air on this battlefield. Sun going down, that's round in the day. Fully automatic time, let them spray. Tough step to the team, got a price to pay. We gon' let them up, set them on the way. Sun going down, that's round in the day. Fully automatic time, let them spray. Tough step to the team, got a price to pay. We gon' let them up, set them on the way.
How are we doing, everybody? It is another Thursday afternoon. Thank you, everybody, for hopping on. Go ahead and throw your comments and questions up in the chat. And then let's see. It has been, I think, since last November since we did one of these, which every time I say is terrible that it's been that long, but it is really terrible that it's been that long. So go ahead and throw your comments, questions up in the chat. Give us a share, thumbs up, whatever you like, so everybody can hop on here. This is just Q&A. I don't have an agenda today. I've got a few topics just to update you guys on, talk about, but this is just time to chat, answer all your questions, see what you guys want to talk about. So got a couple comments coming in here. Ghost Rider Airsoft says, "Hi, I'm Chris. I'm a big Wolverine fanboy." Well, I appreciate it. We do our best to do things that will make more fanboys just like you. Let's see. Beer of the day. I think Juan asked about the beer of the day. The beer of the day is the Einstock Toasted Porter. It's an Icelandic beer. Very tasty. Very tasty. All right. Question from Colton Stubbs. I have some really good friends with the last name Stubbs. Are we going to see a shipment for the AKs this month? If so, are we looking at the end of the month? Also glad it was y'all that came out with this. We're glad too. A lot of time and effort went into that project. We are continuously shipping AKs. I think we are supposed to have all outstanding orders built within the next couple of weeks. So, there's, again, it still takes transit time. We say this every time, but, from the time we finish them, there's still transit time when it has to get to your dealer, and they have to get it into inventory and contact you and all that kind of stuff. But yes, we're making good progress. AKs are being actively built. We're currently looking at, I think we have the third shipment of parts coming in sometime next week, and we'll be continuing to build as orders come in, and lead times should be substantially shorter now that we've gotten through most of the backlog. So that's good. Thomas says, hello. Hello, Thomas. Where are you logging in from today? Let's see. Christopher. Hey, when are we going to be able to buy MTW9 lower since it's compatible with MTW uppers? I don't know. We do have some MTW9 lowers available, but I don't know whether we have a plan to put those up or not. We are still building MTW9 actively. So, good evening, Mr. Dan. I don't know. Is that a reference? Is that a joke? Do I look like Mr. Dan? Don't have an answer. Sorry. If it's a reference, it goes over my head. Juan asks, what was the hardest part of developing the AK? That's a good question. Some of the biggest challenges were just like figuring out how to work around some of the inherent limitations of working with stamped sheet metal in terms of tolerances and stuff to get the type of alignment and performance that that customers expect and we require out of the guns that we stamp the MTW name on. That's where we actually have a patent on or a patent in process on the combination trunnion and engine alignment chassis, because it gives you a way to both integrate with the gun and align the engine with the hop up and barrel all in a rigid way that makes it not dependent on the sheet metal. Similarly, some of the things we had to do in order to get the trigger and electronic system and everything to line up correctly with the selector switch. Again, due to the just variation, there's inherent tolerance stack up in working with sheet metal parts. So let's see. Ghost Rider Airsoft, any new pew pews coming out soon? I don't know. We just launched a whole ton, so there's always things in the works. But let's see. Since we did, Brandon put this on my notes. Since we did the last live from the den, we have launched the AK-105, the Gen 12 SBS with the Havoc 6 engine, the Inferno XTS for AEG, and Blink for AEG, all since we did our last live from the den. So we are always pumping stuff out and coming up with new ideas. But so I think it's safe to assume that we have things in development. I think that is always a safe assumption. But what they are, I'm not going to tell you. Let's see. Question, 3 BB stack for Gen 12s. or sticking firm with 6BB, thinking more for the UK market. Don't know yet. We're really just getting the 6BB track out there, so I want to get that out there first. It has some really fun, I call them Easter eggs, some hidden capability that we have not really pushed yet in terms of what it can do. So we're going to be doing some more video content on that over the next few weeks, showing you guys some of the capability and options that you have with the 6BB track. That crazy amount of work went into that engine update. I know it doesn't seem like it's that big a deal going from 6BBs to 8, but we wanted to achieve some other stuff with the updates, not just reduce the BB count. So you'll be seeing more on that relatively soon. See, I got question 1. MTW XTS engine. Can I put my normal Gen 2? I don't understand the question. Sorry. I got question 1. MTW XTS. Can I put in my normal Gen 2 MTW? The XTS will fit any standard MTW, if that's your question. And then he says, I got max hop up, it should work fine with the max hop up. Let's see. Are Wolverine going to do your own P90? I don't know. Seems doubtful, but you know, I'm not gonna lie. I am not a big P90 person. Maybe that's heresy, and maybe it's crazy because I'm like I'm definitely a big SG1 fan, but which is one of the shows that popularized the P90, but I don't know. It's just not my favorite platform. So doesn't mean we won't do it. I don't know. It's not high on my personal priorities list. As far as like compact bullpup PDW type stuff, I really like the PDR. That's I know it was never actually a real gun, but I really like the ergonomics and aesthetics of the PDR. So I don't know. What's your favorite? What are y'all's favorite platforms that we haven't done yet? What do you think we should do next? Speaking of which, question, of course, when can we expect the MTW LMG? I don't know. I still don't know what we're doing with that. I just like, I don't know. Like, is a Shrike type thing good enough as far as an LMG? If we just do an upper, because like we could do an upper, it's not impossible. But like, is that good enough, or do we need something different out of an LMG? I don't know. You tell me what you think. Are you at NAF this year? I want you to sign my Gen 12 this time around. No, we're not at NAF this year. I don't think we're going to make it over. We were in the UK just a few few months ago, 2 months ago. Yeah, 2 months ago. Now, time goes quick. So, not planning on going back super soon. Sam Laren? Denmark, maybe? Not sure. Anyway, hello. I'm a proud owner of the Mark 18 2026 edition. Do you have any future plans on making other licensed pew-pews? I don't know. Again, that falls in the category of like, I can't tell you what we're doing in the future. Do you want to see more licensed pew-pews? Like, is that the main thing, or is it the technology? Which is it both? What do you want to see? Obviously, we've done the Mark 18 and we've done the Genesis Arms project. So I think safe to assume at some point in the future we'll probably do something else licensed, but we'll see. HK licenses are, because that's what everybody's going to say, HK licenses are going to be very hard to come by. Maybe not absolutely impossible, but definitely not going to be easy to obtain. So, Ghost Rider says, I had done a few reviews on my YouTube channel, and they are in my playlist under Wolverine. Sweet. Thank you for doing the reviews. It always is. It's always, about like 2 years ago, I guess I just hadn't searched MTW on YouTube for a long time, but I got on there and just, searched like Wolverine MTW. And I was blown away by how many like review videos and just content that you guys have all created. So thank you. I really, really appreciate that. We don't spend a lot of money on marketing and such. So your all's support in that is a big part of helping continue to grow the brand. Speaking of marketing, I just watched I rewatched the AK launch video during the intro here, and was reminded what a great job the team did on putting that together. That was a killer video. I thought about saying something snarky there, but I won't. All right, MP5 FTW. Right, but again, MP5 would be super cool, but does it have to be licensed, or can it just be an MP5? Would it be an MT5? I don't know. Like an MTW variant of an MP5, does it have to be licensed, or can it just be a lookalike that has, the same aesthetic but doesn't have the license? You tell me. Shrike belt fed upper will scratch that itch. Okay. I mean, it's not impossible. We've done crazier things. It would be easier than the AK project, that's for sure. Just like an upper and maybe a different rail assembly or something. And I don't know. It's not impossible. Don't take that as a promise, guys. Just because I say something's not impossible. That's my engineer hat going on and saying it's technically something that we could do within reason. Stevie White says MP5 or MP7. Okay, so who wants an MP5 and who wants an MP7? Show of hands. Vote away. Who wants MP5? Who wants MP7? I like them both personally. I think they're both cool. But the question again, HK licenses going to be unlikely to get the license. So could do a lookalike version, but couldn't do a licensed version. All right. The Strike would be easiest way to do Shrike would be easiest way to do an LMG, but a Stoner 63. I love the Stoner 63. I'm not gonna lie. Like, as far as it's partly because I like things that are lightweight and easy to handle. So like as far as sport weapons, the Stoner 63 is like my absolute favorite. I love it. I love the way it looks. I like the way it handles. It's a great platform. So, but I don't know. I'm probably not the most popular though of this, sort of LMG platforms, but it is my personal favorite. Rivel033. Well, let's talk about the Fossil series. Got them both, but the XM177 Fossil Dig 2 starting to be my primary because the billet Unleashed was holding the crow. I don't know what holding the crow means, so I'm not sure how to help you out. Yeah, the Dig 2, Fossil Dig 2 is a lot of fun. That's one I'd play with. It just something different. Throw an aim point on top and duct tape a mag light to the front and call it a day. That would be something fun to play with. Really happy with the Dig 2. It's fun to do something different aesthetically than what we've done in the past. UK Weed Killer says, don't worry about the licensing. One that's moddable with aftermarket furniture. let's see. Got 2 votes for MP5, 1 for MP7. That's not statistically significant, guys. You're gonna have to get this to more people so I get more votes, because that's 3 votes isn't gonna cut it. Let's see. Brett Adam Wollicott, I think, says, and I apologize if Brett, not Brent. Did I say Brent? Brett, whatever. I butcher people's names. I apologize. Late to the party. Has anyone asked for a pistol yet? So here, sound off on this too. Give me some marketing input, because my job is at least as much marketing as it is. So I still do help with the engineering a lot, but as much as anything, my job is product design and marketing, and not just like doing the physical design of products at this point. So give me some marketing feedback here. If you wanted a pistol, what do you want out of the pistol? What is it that would scratch the itch as a Wolverine pistol, or MTW pistol, or whatever you want to call it? I don't know. Would it be an MTW? It probably wouldn't be an MTW, but a pistol. What do you want? Jason says, after being lied to about how you're not going to do an AK for a year, I don't believe anything you say. I never said we weren't doing an AK. I never once said we weren't doing an AK. I simply explained all the difficulties and challenges and reasons that it might not happen. I challenge you to find a time that I said we were not going to do an AK. Another MTW pistol question mark. Crown. I don't know what the comment crown means. Sorry. Was holding the crown. Okay. Gotcha. So that was the comment about his playing with his Dig 2. MP7 or PM7 to get around to the license. Yeah. MP5, another vote for an MP5. Custom grip-fed Wolverine-designed SMG could be an option rather than going down the HK route. A lot of cool 9mm and 45s coming out by new companies in the real world. Cough. Or bin that off and bring out a Mad Pig custom Marlin with a Bolt M. That's what I've been saying. That is what I've been saying. Yep. I need that in my life. Mad Pig custom, proper bolt action, no shade cast to G&G, but not the M4 mag fed, like I want a proper bolt action. I don't care if the mag capacity is low, something that can, play that sort of marksman or DMR role. But with lever action, that would be slick. Oh, goodness. Okay, let's see. Competitor for the PTX needs to happen. But, again, what do you... I'm getting lots of comments here about the pistol, but, what specifically do you want out of a Wolverine pistol? What are the features or the characteristics that you want? What's the price point it needs to be at? What's the, what are you looking to use it as a sidearm? Are you looking to use it as a primary? What's the thought process there? Because obviously, I think you'd have to be crazy to not realize we've thought about making a pistol at some point. That's, we've got lots of other things at this point. So we've clearly, given some thought to the idea, but I'm curious what features you all would want. Brett says a HPA Mark 23 style size pistol. So like a full size pistol. Makes sense. Peshmergap 2983 says, or MTW Sniper, TSVL-8 version, question mark. You've lost me there. I don't know that platform or name or whatever it is, but TSVL-8 version. I'm drawing a blank on that. Sorry. So high kappa MTW version style, please. You mean like a gas blowback? I don't really foresee us getting into doing gas blowback pistols. That's not really our jam, if you will. I don't know what we have to offer there. Most of the people in the UK play the sniper role, use a Mark 23 as a sidearm as it's quiet and has good range. Sure. But again, there's no point in us doing a Mark 23. I mean, unless you're just talking about the aesthetic. Like we're not going to recreate the Mark 23 pistol. Like that already exists. We do stuff that's innovative and different, not stuff that's just, the same thing as what's already out there. So I think the airsoft community really needs a Wolverine Gen 3 slingshot that would be compatible with both the Blink and Quake next gen slingshot. That would be interesting. I am not sure how you would pull that off, but we probably could use an optical sensor to detect BBs fired, so we could keep shot counter from your slingshot. Maybe, I don't know. There's probably something we could do there. Will you have some more content on the new Gen 12 SPS? Yes, we will. That is on the marketing schedule. I do apologize. We are kind of behind in terms of content generation. We put out a bunch of stuff, and we haven't given you guys all the details on it yet. So we are working on it actively. More content on the Havoc 6 and the SPS is on the marketing content plan in the future. So we'll keep going. Let's see. Mark 23 is a large platform for HPA would fit nice. Right. Okay. So yeah, again, full frame pistol is basically what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, that's the logical thing to do. I mean, you can do something compact or subcompact, but it's the logical thing if you want to do it would be a full frame pistol probably. HPA blowback pistol with normal looking mag. HPA blowback pistol. I don't know about that. Maybe. I'm not sure whether that's the play though. I don't know. Have to think about that. Ghost Rider says, I have VSR1 with the Bolt M engine with a Tridos hop adjuster. Is there a question or is that a comment? Is the 6-shot reduction from 8 Gen 12 kit coming to Europe also? Yes, we will be selling that conversion separately. It will be coming to Europe, I assume, as long as people order it, which they certainly will. Joshua says, I think realistically CQB players will run it as a primary, whereas it'll have outside more along the run of a sidearm. FNX Mark 23 kind of silhouette, potentially large enough to squeeze a 12 gram in the grip as a baby Wraith X for the sidearm. Then line option for the full CNC frame and slide would be nice, but polymer frame may be easier to keep the cost realistic. 450, 750 would kind of be the ballpark before it's too much for a pistol. Let's see. Yeah. I mean, again, you get into philosophical questions as far as like you stick a CO2 in the grip. Well, now, you have to get the pressure down somehow. And if you're going to run CO2 in the grip, where are you going to put the regulator? And do you really have space to get better performance than you would out of like a gas blowback system running CO2. Probably not, because to get better performance, you need more expansion room. And, you know, we don't want to, if we're going to do something different, we want to do something different. We don't want to just make another gas blowback pistol. It needs to be something that has, you know, performance advantage, different features, reliability, stuff like that. So, DZ Sherpa, how are the Invictus Mark II rails doing? Will you consider any additional exterior parts to manufacture? We'd consider them. We don't have a lot. Well, that's not true. We have at least one more sort of exterior accessory part we're thinking about doing sometime in the near future. Is it too early to ask if Wolverine will be making accessories for the AK? Would love an extended charging handle with Wolverine trademarks. Don't know. Haven't really. We've considered a couple external options for the AK. There's quite a few options in existence. So it's kind of hard to know what's worth us doing versus what's already on the market, but it's not out of the range of possibility. Pistol wise, as you said earlier, full size is a must. A lot of people locally have buttons, PTXs. It has good range, so it can be used indoors and outdoors. You guys are awesome, so I think you'd ace the design and make it your own. Mark says, think the sniper is the way to go with Wraith style bottle. Sure. Yeah, I mean, that's, you know, that would be fun, having having the ability to do like a bolt action platform that natively supports the Wraith system. That would be pretty slick. I don't know. The 6-shot conversion might not be enough for some sites in the UK. I'll keep my 8-shot at 0.7 joules where sites allow me to use it. Yeah. I mean, not everywhere's going to, not everywhere's going to allow it necessarily, but a 6-shot, at least there's rule sets in existence for, so it kind of makes sense. Yeah. Do the Blink Bluetooth FCU boards contain a chronograph? I will be looking to get this board for my AG converted with a drop-in engine. None of them contain a chronograph. What they do, and all of them do this, is they integrate with the Acetec Bluetooth chronographs so that you can use them in conjunction. You can auto-tune the dwell and do all that kind of stuff. So there's lots of stuff in that, but none of them contain a chronograph in the board. That's not really feasible to do. On the Bluetooth, exciting news. The one announcement I have for you today is if it hasn't already gone live, which I haven't gotten word that it has, but it's should be going live at least. We have an updated app dropping. This has a number of really cool updates. We've expanded the simulated empty mag detection for both that we introduced on AK. A bunch of people really liked that feature and asked for it on the other boards. So that will now be available going forward on the MTW for M4 or MTW M4 variants, as well as the AEG boards will give you the ability to do that. We have a much improved auto-tune algorithm. When we first did the dwell auto-tuning algorithm, we told you that we went very conservative with the algorithm. We knew that. We wanted to play it safe in terms of making sure that it didn't set the dwell too low for people. But we've gotten some more data on that, and we have a new algorithm that's coming out now that will completely change how it searches to find the right dwell. And it's just as fast, if not faster, and much more precise in terms of getting to exactly the optimal dwell setting. We also have a bunch of new messages to help with confusion, because some of the biggest issues we've had on the Blink has been people like setting their dwell so low that the gun doesn't do anything and then being confused why the gun's not doing anything. So there's like some messages and warnings and some other sort of quality of life improvements within the app. You have the ability to add specific device pictures for each of your different boards. So you can do that. And again, because all of the boards have the ability to reflash firmware over Bluetooth, will all be backwards compatible. So if you have an existing Blink board, you will be able to update the firmware, and you'll get the app update coming out very soon, if it's not already out, that will have all those features in it. So that's going to be really cool. I'm especially excited about the auto tuning. I've been wanting to get that really dialed in for a while. So the new algorithm is really slick, works very precisely, and really squeezes a lot more out of that feature in terms of getting it optimally tuned. JAL 3H. I guess it's clear we want a HPA non-blowback pistol. Ha 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 ha. It sounds like that's a popular request right at the moment. Last request from me. I'm a massive MCX fanboy. Would absolutely love it if you adopted that platform at some point. Again, it doesn't need to be licensed because SIG won't work with us. I tried. I actually have some contacts at SIG, but they don't want to work with us because they have their own airgun, airsoft division. At least they have not. SIG, if you're listening, you want to work with me, just hit me up. You know where to find me. We've broached the subject, and they don't really seem like they want to play ball. So that's fine. They're allowed to do what they want to do, but right now, not an option. Yes, it integrates with the Ace-Tech Chrono. Either on gun or the standalone, as long as it's Bluetooth, one of their Bluetooth Chronos, it integrates. And that lets you do auto tuning algorithm. If you have the on gun version, you can also you can do a bunch of other features as well. Have you ever looked at an MTW submachine gun? If so, which one? We've looked at a whole bunch of them. Which one do you want? That's the question. This is the second time this has come up just today. So the two requests so far have been MP5 and MP7. So if you have another one, throw it up there. Or if you want one of those, just tell me. FF Airsoft, got my first MTW, the AK-105, love it. Thank you. Excellent. Glad you enjoyed it. A lot of effort went into that, and we really like them. The AK-105. It's a really nice platform. Super random question. Is it possible to hook up multiple Quake stocks to one engine? Totally for science reason and not to make my MTW into a pogo stick. Is it possible? Probably. I don't know at what point the airflow limitations would make it not work anymore, but it's probably possible in theory. Excellent. I'll look forward to that software update. Give a shout to Tyler while I'm here. He tolerated my dumb questions through tech support email. Hop wasn't enough, turns out. Yep. Yeah, Tyler and Sam do really good work and on providing tech support, and yeah, really, really thankful for all their help. Paul Cole, MP5. How about doing a Wolverine L85? How about no? Okay. You and like 3 other people want the L85. It's just not, nobody outside the UK is going to buy it, and most people within the UK aren't going to buy it. So I don't know. It's just not enough people. I don't even hate the L85. It's better than the FAMAS. I'll give it that. But I don't know. I don't think there's enough people that want an L85. And again, it's back to stamped metal, which sucks. Oh, MTW MP5 more realistic. Maybe the mags work with the new MTW9. The new MTW9? Not sure what you're saying here. MTW MP5 though is the request. Oh, I do have a question. I like to put a Quake on my AK-105, but only kits out there at the moment in the UK are Quake plus engine. Stock only upgrade kits coming. We have them available. I don't know why they're not in the UK at the moment, but they are available unless I am extremely confused. But pretty sure we've been selling those for a while. No one inside the UK will buy the L85, correct? Yeah, it's one of those that like has its hardcore fanboys, and I get it. Like, it's kind of a neat gun, but like, it just doesn't have the broad appeal that, we're in the space that we're in, we're already kind of a niche technology and manufacturing. HPA is more mainstream now, but we're, how we're trying to do it, we're not mass market already. And so then you take that and you put it in a very niche platform like the L85, and it's just, you're going to have 3 people that are stoked, and, our P&L is not going to be stoked at the amount of money that we had to spend to develop it. Not sure if that was asked already, but AK Unleashed when? Don't have a date on that. It's definitely a possibility. I mean, we have all the parts to do it, obviously. But which do you want to see first? You want to see an AK Unleashed or an XBR AK, one with recoil? Because we've gotten requests for both. What's the best mags for the Article 3? The best mags for the Article 3? I mean, we run a lot of different mags. I don't want to speak authoritatively on that. That is like, I'll let other people give their opinions. What does your tech program look like exactly? What does it entail? You mean the certified technician program? If you're referencing that, in order to become a certified tech, you have to come here and take a 2-day course that we teach 2 full days of classes with a whole bunch of hands-on work. We talk about theory, we talk about practice, we go through and disassemble and service different products, troubleshoot, do all the different things. So it's a fairly rigorous course that we require people to come and take to get that certification. So, yeah, we run it in July every year. At least we have up until now. We've done it a few other times, but typically we're doing it in July. So, I got a question for you guys. What games are you guys excited about? What games you got coming up, especially here in the UK? I still need to pick a couple games that I'm going to go to this year. So, just let me know. What's your what games are you really excited about, and should I consider going and playing myself? I'm not even just talking about like going there and setting up a booth or whatever and demoing product, but like what game should I personally go play? Say some name I can't pronounce because it's numbers and letters. To be honest, I'm so satisfied with the Billet Gen 3 that I have 0 plans to buy a different rifle. Hey, we're here when you're ready. I tell people all the time, one of the things I tell our team is that from sales to R&D to marketing to the guys building the guns and engines, our goal is to figure out what we can do today, not to sell you a product today, but so that when you're ready for your next one, you want to come back to us for the next one. That's our goal. So we want your experience to be so good with the one you get this time around that next time there's no question you're coming back and getting the next one here. That's our goal. Let's see. Got a bunch of comments all of a sudden. Awesome. Thanks, man. I don't know what I did, but you are welcome. How was the Mark 18 received? Will you do it yet? Will you look at another run? Mark 18 always sells very well. We typically do 1 batch a year and just it sells out when it sells out. So I will probably do another batch. We're sold out. I assume probably some dealers still have some around from this year, but I don't know that for sure. But we'll probably do another batch at some point next year would be my guess. NAF, sorry, that one's a bit of a hike. Bought MTW XBR a while ago, superb. Are we going to see stock which provides stronger recoil? Maybe at some point. The question becomes the balance of like air efficiency and shooting performance and everything to recoil. Because like we can amp the recoil up to 11, but the more recoil you generate, the more air you use to generate recoil. So like, and the more, like, generally speaking, the more recoil you produce, the more impact it's going to have on shooting performance. So like, where's the balance there? Do you just want something that's just like all out, forget about air efficiency and all that kind of stuff, as long as it shoots, reasonably well and it just, has crazy good recoil? Is that what you want? Because the goal with the sort of XBR technology was to find this balance where you get recoil, you get a reasonable amount of recoil, but you still get good shooting performance and kind of, find this happy medium. But should we do a, no holds barred, forget everything else, just crazy recoil version? It's all possible. I was excited about TCA's Op Phantom Spear, but then it was canceled. Bummer. Black Cell this weekend. Where's Black Cell? I don't even know where that is. NAF again. Sorry, I don't think I'm going to make that one. Ashes of the Wasteland Milsim at OTT in Anglesey, Wales. That sounds like fun. I've never been to Wales, but I doubt I'm going to make it. I'm getting a whole bunch of requests for games in the UK. NAAF is 28th, 30th games to play. We have a tin mine in the southwest, 2 miles of pitch black tunnels, or a small CQB indoor site with a helicopter in the middle. Sounds like fun. UCAP bunker in Portsmouth. Again, UK guys. I guess I could go play something in the UK, but I was kind of looking to play something more local just to cut down on travel. My video is frozen. I don't know whether I'm actually frozen or whether it's just. We may be having technical difficulties, guys. Let's see. I'm thinking of changing my bucking to this quantum. Are we dead? No. Just froze. Is the audio working? Audio's working. Okay. Well, you just didn't have to see my ugly face. Quantum would still work. I've only done limited testing. I've heard people that really like them. The only testing we've done on that bucking is with our stock hop up and barrel, and they did not seem very happy together. That doesn't mean it can't work well with some other combination of parts, but it did not seem very happy with our sort of stock bucking and barrel configuration.
I'm not here because nobody can see me.
Let's see. I know it's a pain for you to hear it, but 3-shot engine for the shotgun would be amazing. Also, an MP5 1-to-1 with metal charging handle would be amazing. Cycling bolt would be cool if it was possible. Also, a MTW sniper would be cool. Cycling bolt on what? All the comments saying I'm frozen, but audio is working. All right, we're going to keep running. Let's see. Hey, now can you hear me? I think that turned off the audio somehow for some reason. I'm sorry, guys. I think we're back on. Sorry for all the delay. But yeah, we have some of them on hand because we wanted to try them. We heard good things about them. But we have not done a lot of testing with them yet. So yeah. If you do come to the UK, please give us a heads up. It'd be great to meet up. We can loan a Gen 12 or a Wolverine dropped into PDW M4. I appreciate it. Yeah, I've still not really played in the UK. I've been over there a few times, but not actually gotten out on the field and played. Sirens? What's going on with sirens? People are talking about sirens. I've got no idea. I don't hear sirens, guys. I've got no idea. So anyway, I had one other thought I wanted to throw out there. An idea I've been kicking around is like a different style of video content that we've not really done before. Like that would be like long form content. I think like an airsoft version of some mashup of like Stuff Made Here, if you guys are familiar with that channel, which is like an engineering, and it kind of walks you through the process of engineering different stuff, and like Stuff Made Here and like Grand Thumb testing, like doing different stuff like that. What are your thoughts on that? I think it could be really cool. Obviously, like there's some stuff from an engineering standpoint we can't necessarily show you because it's like product R&D that we, stuff we're trying to keep under wraps. But like there's lots of engineering stuff we do, or we could even like pick some projects where it's like, well, this one we're going to show, and it may never end up being something we develop as a product that we sell, but it's something we think is cool, and we, can kind of do long form content, walking you through the actual engineering of how we do stuff and the development and what it looks like, the testing and all that kind of stuff. So is that something you guys would be interested in? Is that a style content? Is that style content something you guys would enjoy? Let's see. What sort of content do you want to see from owners? You link videos from people who have your guns. Are there hot topic things you want from us? That's a good question. I think we do gameplay sometimes. We highlight gameplay video partly because we don't generate any gameplay video ourselves, so it's kind of good stuff to share because it's just not a style of content that we do. Anything that I feel like does a good job of representing the product and the brand, and I don't mean that in like it has to fawn all over us and be super fanboyish, but like that gives the product a fair shake, like well represents what the value proposition is. Even if there's some things you say, well, I wasn't crazy about this, but like we'll still share that kind of stuff if it's like, hey, this is a really good representation of what the product is, because our product isn't going to be for everybody, and it's fair that if somebody says, well, I really, if you're this type of player, you definitely want to buy it. But if you don't care about these things, then maybe it's that's all. That's all good. Just stuff that highlights the capability and the features of the products is kind of what we want to do. Would you guys sell a Gen 12 shot kit, a kit that includes swaps for 3, 6, 8 shot? Might appease everyone and definitely boost sales with the Gen 12. Well, I mean, we don't have 3 right now, but we are selling the conversion kits for 6 at least for the time being. So we're sort of going that direction. I definitely watch longer format videos that dive into everyday life at Wolverine HQ, says Brett. Thomas says it would be interesting, and Sam says would be cool to see that. Yeah, I mean, I guess there's a lot of stuff that we do that like you guys don't necessarily see, just because, one, we don't bother videoing it because we're working. And then 2, because a lot of it's like, sensitive R&D stuff that we don't want to show ahead of time. But there's definitely subsets of stuff that like, or even just like doing some cool feature videos where we know it's not, it's not going to be a product you're making, but it's like, hey, we thought it would be cool to do this because, I like doing cool engineering. I like doing fun stuff like that. So maybe it'd be fun to shoot some videos like that and start generating some content along those lines. Let's see. Now that you have a shotgun engine and some experience with AK, would you consider doing a Saiga 12? I want to do a Saiga 12. We've talked about it. I don't know whether we will or not. I want to do a Saiga 12 just because I think it's fun, but not sure if we will or not. Not sure if it's the highest value thing for us to put time into, but it is feasible. I did make sure it was feasible. It's actually not super hard to do overall. Let's see. Sherpa says, good insight. Thank you. Definitely long form video, specific models and the hardware features such as how exterior is manufactured along with engine technology showcase. Yeah. Anything along those lines we like to see. Juan says we need another Can We Break It MTW M4 versus AK 105. Here's a question. What do you want to see in terms of a next Fossil series? I have some ideas, but I haven't decided what we're doing for the next Fossil series yet. Yeah. I think part of the challenge for us from a marketing standpoint is like if we do earlier, like, hey, early development stuff, getting people to understand that stuff might never come to market is going to be challenging. And then people get upset at us or, whatever, because, or they decide, they want to wait for something and then we don't ever make it. I think there's a communication challenge there that we'd have to handle, but, yeah. But I have some ideas on the next dig. Well, it would be a dig 3. Sorry. So let me know what you guys want to see in terms of a dig 3. Andy says, just picked up my first Wolverine. I'm amazed. Thank you, sir. Hope you enjoy it for a long time to come. So I think that is going to about Fossil 3, skeletonized 308 or wooden AK. Yeah, but like the AK, we'll probably do a wood furniture AK of some sort in the future. So I don't know that that's really a Fossil. That's probably something we, at some point in the future we'll decide to do. What? Oh, you want to put like a regular old suppressor on a Gen 12? So you just want like conversion from the threads on the Gen 12 to a like 14 CCW. Fossil, bring the symbol back for sure, would be good as a unique paint finish. Bronze Cerakote, perfect for US market with all good features like quick stock battery. So you're thinking like a cosmetic Fossil 3 M14 SOCOM. I don't know that I've ever gotten asked for an M14 actually. I like the M14, but I honestly don't know if I've ever gotten asked to make an M14. It would be cool. Actually, it would be super easy now that I think about it. Yeah, it wouldn't be hard. Sorry. When I start staring off in the distance, I'm thinking about stuff. Sorry. LMG, of course, LMG. Skeleton Knights 308 could be cool. Like an ultra lightweight kind of EBR M14 go on, and the beacon is lit. I don't know about that. Oh, goodness. Yeah, don't hold your breath. I'm not sure how big a following the M14 has. But it would be cool. The EBR would be a lot more work because then you have the whole chassis to develop. A traditional wood or polymer stock M14 would not be that difficult. The EBR chassis it's not the hardest thing in the world to develop, but it would not be trivial. So, all right. I think we're going to wrap it up, guys. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to say this publicly so that I have to actually do it. I'm going to tell Brandon to put it on my schedule at least no later than 3 months from now to get another Live from the Den in. I feel like every 2 or 3 months would be a better schedule to be on. But let's see. Jal, one last comment here. Like, it's a bit spicy comment. Oh, I like it already. What does it say? But guys, Wolverine sometimes here is not mentioned along the other big AG brands like VFC, Crytek, Marui. It's like you're being missed on purpose. Congrats, guys. I keep waiting to see if we ever get and not because it matters to me personally in terms of the award, but in terms of an indicator of where the market's going. I keep waiting to see whether we get enough nominations to show up on the Manufacturer of the Year award. That we get all our engine best HPA engine from Popular Airsoft. They have a category for best airsoft manufacturer, and to me it'll be an indicator of the progress of the market when we start showing up in the best manufacturer category. Win it or not is not really relevant. It's just to me an indicator of how the market is progressing. So that'll be interesting. EBR, my first airsoft gun. I had an EBR. I liked the EBR, except that it weighed a ton. Weighed way too much. Buy one Gen 12 SBS WOW to turn it in the dwell for 0.3 at 1 WOW to 2. Sorry, I don't understand that question. You guys are jumping on the comments now at the last minute when I said I'm getting off. UK is defo building a lot of billets and 308s. Won't be long now. The shift to HPA is still going strong. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to keep an eye on. Anyway, we're gonna get another one of these on the schedule before too long. Keep it's good for me to be in touch with you guys more and get more feedback and input. And yeah, we'll do it again next time. So thank you guys. And as always, we will see you guys out on the field.